Hello, it's Chief. This is 6th of June, D-Day, 75th anniversary of D-Day. Special day for me because due to Desert Storm Shield, I'm also a veteran of the 1st Infantry Division. And the 1st Infantry Division, we all know, landed in Omaha Beach during World War II. So say a prayer for those fallen comrades of mine. I've been gone for almost a whole month. I've been on vacation for a couple of the weeks, and the other 3 weeks I just basically forgot. But I did pick today rather than yesterday to do the video. This is going to be a short video because I really don't have much to say right now. That is my dog shaking her head, and her chain you just heard. She's now standing in front of me like you need to pay attention to me and not to some inanimate object called a camera. I'm going to do a little bit of show and tell, and then I'm going to talk about the brief that we received at the Recep Centers from the Chaplain, and it ends on a sad note. I will put the event in the comments, but I won't put it in the title of the video. So I was basically given a shopping list of what I needed to bring to basic training, and we were told to bring 2 white towels, no monograms, no designs on them whatsoever, and I still have one. This guy is what, almost 34 years old. I still have it. The other one died to rags. This one's about ready to die to rags too. It hangs over my bathroom door, and I use it as a hand towel rather than using my good towels. And so I got there. Everybody had 2 white towels, and we were basically told no because we went over we got a advance, $75 advance on our pay. And we went to the little PX there, and we got running shoes and towels and toiletries and everything else that you thought you were missing or did not bring on the shopping list. So we had to buy our first set of brown towels, and of course you had to buy them thereafter. And the other thing I got for show and tell is I actually have one of my field jackets from basic training. And as I said, I went to Fort Dix during October to December. So this is a very worn field jacket. After I got to my first duty station, I actually bought a couple new ones because everybody kept wanting to buy these off of me. Because like I said, I went to Fort Dix October to December, and then I went to Fort Devens January to July. So not that I really went out into the field like I did at Fort Dix, because we crawled through the sand, we crawled through the dirt, and we wore our TA-50 over it. So you had your backpack, you had your pistol belt, and we had the H harness, and so this thing got beat up. So when I got to my first duty station, which was Berlin, and I got there January of '87. Of course, go to formation, you're wearing a beat up field jacket, and like I said, all the guys wanted to buy it off me because your jacket is so torn up. What did you do to it? And I'm like, I told them I went to basic training. We wore it. We used it. And where'd you go? Well, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. We never needed it there. I heard the horror stories of going to the Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I heard lots of horror stories, especially the summer months, where the guys said they didn't even wear their BDU tops because it got so hot. They were just running around in their brown t-shirts and their BDU bottoms because of the hot weather there. So as I said, this is going to be short. So of all the briefs that we got at Recep Center, the only one that really sinks into my mind is the one we got from the Chaplain. Because, we got briefed about this, that, and all these other programs in the Army, and of course those don't stand out because you got those same briefs over and over again. You normally didn't see a chaplain at every post that you went to, but of course at basic training you needed to see one. Wet my whistle. So he basically said, come to church. And here's the reason why. Drill sergeants are not allowed. So therefore, if you come and sit in my pew, lay down in my pew and sleep for 2 hours, I don't care. He says, the drill sergeant, you're not going to be able to come in, knock you in the side of your head and wake you up and tell you can't sleep. He says, I'm a soldier too. I basically went through training, so I know what you're going through. You got lots of stress. You're getting very little sleep. And that's basically what basic training is, besides teaching you your basic soldier skills, is to give you lots of stress and sleep. So you learn to react properly when things go wrong or there's going to be, a battle or something. That's what it's teaching you for, to be prepared at a moment's notice to, well, yeah, I'm ready to go. I know what I'm supposed to do and snap to it because you've had all the stress and the sleepless nights at basic training. So then he basically ended his brief, and we all sat there, and he did the typical thing. He says, "Are there any questions?" Well, of course there was no questions, not even from our dummy. More about that guy later on. So he basically says, he looked at his watch, and he says, basically, "I got to go, guys." He says, like I said, come to church. He says, "I got to go comfort a soldier." We're all like, okay, why is he telling us this? And he says, "I got to go comfort a soldier because he was sexually assaulted." I said he. He told us basically that he had to go comfort a soldier, a male soldier, who was sodomized by 4 female soldiers who used a hot curling iron on him. He didn't say whether or not it was plugged in. He didn't say whether or not it was heated up prior to what they did to this poor individual. So there you have it. PFC, me, sitting in this audience, getting my first report of a sexual act by several soldiers on one other soldier. And it's not the typical one that you normally hear. You generally hear it's always male on female. I don't want to leave on a sad note, but like I said, that's my first sexual assault harassment charge that I heard in the military in my career, and it still shocks me today that it's that way. As I said, this is short. I'm ending this. Hopefully I'll have some topics. I'm trying to think of what I really need to talk about because I can't drag this on longer than my basic training because I only went to basic training for about 8 weeks. I was middle of October and we were out of Fort Dix by the second week of December. So we graduated the second week of December. Oh, and speaking of my field jacket, there we go. We got a little story I can end up this maybe a little bit there. It was a Monday morning, our last Monday there, and it was a very cold Monday morning. So a few of us soldiers were already outside. We had our field jackets on, we had our gloves on, and we were all standing around freezing. A drill sergeant of the company walked up. He walked up to a soldier, pulled apart the field jacket from the soldier, looked down, went to the next soldier, pulled his field jacket out, looked down his chest, came up to me, did the same thing to me, spun around and looked at me. He says, "You guys can go upstairs and put your field jacket liners in your field jackets." And we're like, "Drill sergeant, we can't do that. We turned all our TA in 50 last week." He says, "Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected. Stay out here and freeze." Well, this is Chief signing off. See you next week. I will be here next week. I'm going to be faithful. I will be on vacation a couple more times this year, but maybe I'll do a supplement. And like I said, I hope this grows. I hope some people learn from what I have to share with my military experience. So this is Chief out. See you next week.